Hey guys, sorry for the abrupt lack of content. I've been busy or sick doing other things, but I'm back and I want to talk about of course, as the Batman kind of channel, I had to talk about the Flash, which I absolutely hated. This movie is horrendous. It follows all the new Hollywood stripes and strokes and the new Marvel formula that hasn't been working for 2 years now. So I don't know why Warner Brothers want to do this approach to this. I say, to be humble, quite like $250 million budget with all the reshoots and all the how is it with these blockbusters? It's like, yeah. So first, the Ezra Miller, for the controversies, I don't care. I don't give a fuck about Ezra Miller as in his private life. I first encountered Ezra Miller as a recurrent actor on Californication, which is a show that I quite like, and I found him very capable, able for a young actor. So I always thought that his future would be very bright in the acting stage on the acting stage in Hollywood, and he has done a couple of good movies, but now he's gone crazy, or I don't know what kind of shit he does. But yeah, that's not my fucking problem. I think he's strangled a woman. Or I don't know what. I don't read those tabloids or bullshit. Maybe it's real, maybe it's not, maybe he's crazy. What the fuck do I know? I don't care. Um, as he is as the Flash. So there are two motives here. Either that was his own take on the character, which I would be surprised, or because I have to give the fault to the studio, to the producers, and last to the director. Because if you see how the script is scripted, kind of, and you see how he acts and how he presents himself and how his body language and the way he talks and adding the words of this comedic, frantic, obnoxious, absolutely contorted, and pitiful. God, what can I say? Absolutely ridiculous rendition of a character that I don't even know. I never read a Flash comic book. I never liked the Flash as a character, but I very liked the Flashpoint Paradox. The Flashpoint Paradox um, animated movie was excellent with the alternate universe when he fell, in which he fell with the Thomas Wayne being Batman and having an amazing scary suit and using guns and being very vengeful and murderous and on a rampage and always fucking ready to kill anyone because he was, and his wife Martha being the Joker. I was a very interesting and well made take on I think what the Flash powers could do because yeah, I'll, as always, guys, if you want a good rendered rendition of a character, go to the comics or the animated movies in some case, because it was made when DC still had a soul, which is not the case anymore. DC, and I have to hold my breath for Joker 2 and Batman Chapter 2. That's the only things that are keeping me fucking alive. Except this. Because what else does DC have? Oh yeah, they have Barbie. Bravo, you have fucking Barbie. Are you fucking kidding me? No, I won't see Barbie. Fuck. Anyway, you turn first chapter, Ezra Miller. Pitiful, clown, um, amateur, cliche, um, useless, easy, lazy comedic twists, lazy performance. I mean, he's very hyper arousal, and he's very energetic in everything because he's always had it. But that's very a Marvel behavior. And again, they just want to copy Marvel because that's where the money is at. And of course, that's all they want. But again, guys, why are we all watching this fucking movie about a character we hated in Justice League and it BVS? Everything coming from the Snyderverse has been an obnoxious failure because Zack Snyder is a prick, sorry to say, that doesn't understand superheroes. And I quote him here. And if I know how to edit shit, I would put the little piece. Let me just um, tell again what he said to in an interview for BVS. He said, and I'm quoting Zack Snyder on this: I didn't want them to talk too much, them being Batman and Superman. I didn't want them to talk too much to each other in their costumes because it became incredibly silly very fast. Zack Snyder said that, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? We can't have them talk in their costumes because it's too silly. Get this guy off the fucking cameras and off the lot and off Warner Brothers and out of the cinemas right fucking now. Please. For God's sake. The guy's a fucking idiot. I don't care for him personally. I don't give a fuck. He's a fucking idiot. He wouldn't. If I was in charge of any production in Hollywood, he wouldn't get a fucking cent and he would die in the streets of poverty for destroying everything we hold dear for like what? Since 2011, 2012? For like 11 years now? And DC still have the scars of his failure. Always. That's funny. Um, yeah, so anyway, if you've seen any of my commentaries of Zack Snyder's projects or movies or anything, you know I fucking hate the guy. I think he's a despicable piece of shit. I think he doesn't have any talents except for doing good slow motion on the boobs and asses, like Joel Schumacher. But Joel Schumacher had integrity. Zack Snyder doesn't have any integrity. Zack Snyder is just a fucking bouffon. He's a 50-year-old man in a 14-year-old mental. He's like, oh, that's cool, that's great, that's cool, yo. Yeah, 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 yeah. I have lots of money, lots of shiny pictures, lots of shiny things, and lots of slow mo and badass action, badass dudes, and badass women. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So this it's stupid. It's completely idiotic, and I don't. Again, sorry for the detour, but in the Flash is Ezra Miller is his Flash, and so um, this movie is alternatively his creation from such from a certain point of view, because it's his casting, it's his character, and it's his continuation of his universe, which, by God, let it die, let it rot in the sun like a Big Mac full of mayonnaise. Let it fucking rot and die and never speak of it again. Thank you very much. So, Ezra Miller ridiculous, in which there's already a problem because he is the main focus, the main character. And when you say, oh, how could this movie get any worse in the first hour, the first part, the first act? We have, sorry, two Ezra Millers from two different timelines, from two different ages, interacting with each other for an hour. I was sure I was gonna die. It was so cringy, so inefficient, so lazy, so corrupted by everything that Hollywood has taught us not to do for the last 10 years. Do not do it. And still, I don't know who approves this, who gives this kind of script, the amount of money, hundreds of millions of dollars that this movie lost. And I'm happy they lost, because one of these days, of course, Barbie has made us from the losses, but one of these days they're gonna learn their lesson. And when they do, they're gonna begin to see some changes, or they're gonna just die on the hills. So, why are we all here to do? To discuss the return of Michael Keaton as Batman. And ladies and gentlemen, guess what? They fucked it up beautifully. Michael Keaton was there, and I'm happy for Michael Keaton because nice paycheck, not a lot of work, not a lot of acting or emotion demanded of him. Can't do anything physical. It's all stuntmen because, Jesus, Michael Keaton is like 60 something. So, yeah. The only thing I can say when he finally goes in the alternate universe to see the new Batman, so Michael Keaton, he is still in his for the lovers, for the nostalgia. I know it's just nostalgia bait, but of course, we all have a soft spot for it. The Wayne Manor of the Tim Burton era, and we see the dinner table with all the all the elements and all the furniture and all the set design, exactly as it was in the 1999 Batman, where Bruce and Kim Basinger and Alfred have their little supper. And it was, but here is my contrast. Remember this scene uh, from Batman 1989 with Michael Keaton, Kim Basinger, and Alfred Goff, and they were just laughing over some supper and some wine, and they were all laughing because of Alfred was retelling a little joke he had when a little story he had when Bruce Wayne was young, and he fell off a horse, and it was just so simple. So it was building character, it was building atmosphere, it was building the case of um, just give me a second. Yeah, sorry for this. Vicky Vale, Vicky Vale, of course. Um, so you have Bruce Wayne, Vicky Vale, and Alfred are having a little dinner in the some remote room, because that's what that's like we like it, and because that's what that's an element that only Matt Reeves got 30 years later. It's because Bruce doesn't want to be Bruce alternate persona is to be in a big room with a big long table, and to be as far as possible, as remote as possible from any human being, from any normal human being, because he doesn't feel comfortable being in the lights of another human. He always wants to stay in shadows, and always want to preserve and hide his identity and his personality from the from people who are not Alfred, and that's what we saw in Batman 1989. And he said clearly, and Vicky asked, "Do you like being in here?" And he said, "Oh yeah." He looks, because he's not there. His mind is in the Batcave, not in the on the supper table that's like a mile long, and that separates him from the guest. And like, I don't think I've ever been in this room before. And she laughs, and he's like, that's the playboy persona, but that's just Bruce. That's just Bruce who wants to be polite. He's like, girl, it's like, Miss Vale, you're a very charming and interesting person, and I might seduce you tonight, but by God, does my mind is not in your affairs. My mind is in the Batcave, in a rubber and armored suit to go and do my work. Point. So, again, sorry for the tangent, but I was just saying this to say it was at least nice to see the Wayne Manor set design rebuilt exactly like it was in '89. So it was fine. But what happens next? A fight scene of Bruce Wayne with a out of shape, with a long the classic cliche, all long hairs and long white beard like a wizard, like Gandalf, and trying to use a broom to smack up the two flashes, and it's all very goofy, very worthless. And anyway, so the Flash explains to Michael Keaton why is he here, why is the parallel universes, and oh my god, I'm already out of juice, guys. This is a It blows my mind how this movie made no sense, was dragging and dragging. The new suit, I couldn't explain because let's just I'll just stay focused on Michael Keaton's Batman because I don't care about anything else. And if you think there's anything else, I won't talk about Supergirl. I don't give a fuck. The actress was good. I will give her that. Give that actress other roles. She was capable. So, shitty movie, not her fault. Never seen her before. Hope to see her in the future. Good luck. Past that. Ezra Miller, hope you find some other roles. Stop screwing this universe. Stop with your bad behavior. Stop with your goofiness and bad direction. Please, director. And go all do other things. Yeah, thank you. So, the only important thing in this movie, Michael Keaton. Why everybody is going, well, everybody, a lot of people. But yeah, so Michael Keaton, what do we have with him? A shitty batsuit, shitty batsuit. I sometimes I rewatch '89 and I say, yeah, it's very foam-like and very thick, and you can't really see his eyes and you can't really see his expressions. But then I wake up and I'm like, oh my god, this is a gothic anthem. This is a gothic character. This is a gothic prince. With his, of course, his eyes are so mysterious and agile, and you he has a piercing vision, piercing eyes, piercing smile. When he does a smile, you better get out of there. It's like it's a personification of of a graveyard ready to haunt you forever. You know, it's crazy. And what they missed all that. They gave him a slick suit, very plastic like, um, with a bulletproof cape instead of staying in the shadows and with smoke grenades and everything was doing in '89 and 19 in Batman and Batman Returns. Um, First thing in '89, he gets shot by the robbers. He gets shot right there, first scene. He doesn't have it. He doesn't hide behind his back because he is fighting a group of Russian military, of course, and he flings out his cape from the back and like bulletproof, 100% bulletproof. And it's like, yeah, sure, you have a bulletproof cape. I understand a bulletproof suit, but a bulletproof cape? It's like, it's yeah, whatever. Okay. So, and he does, of course, stuntman comes in, CGI comes in, um, a lot of kickboxing because it's nothing else than kickboxing. And for those who say that, oh yeah, we can finally see Michael Keaton Batman do things they could not do in '89, I disagree. I fucking disagree. Because in '89, he was doing karate. Straight fucking punching karate. And against guys with swords, with pistols, with knives, with my favorite fight in the cathedral at the end. The big black guy with sunglasses that he throws out the clock tower. It was a badass fight. Badass fight. Very very brawler, very hard hitting. You could hear the hits, you could see the blood out of his mouth, and he like, he always, and he drops him with his knees across his head, and that's that made the character, because um, he had strength because he had used his intellect. He didn't use um, $10,000 worth punches and John Wick maneuvers and fancy, good choreography like Zack Snyder uses. He was just being fucking. The moment I get my hands on you, you ain't getting out. So, and but of course, then they pit him again against Zod again. I'm like, really, Zod again? Guys, I've no imagination. You have no imagination. So, so again, and then I'm about to end this, guys. So, just to say, uh, fight scene, you know, you barely see him. You know, it's a stunt man. You know, it's not going to go anywhere. So, and it's really not for the time we have waited for this movie, which is like 5 or 6 years that it was announced, and to see the little as Michael Keaton is in, and to see that he can't use any of his acting, it's all in the fucking script, which is as cliche as you can imagine, and as bare bones stupid. And I cannot recommend you guys. So that's my take on it. Does it does it deserve the big screen evasion to see? No. Does it merit your location? Maybe if you're when it's like $5 or $6, maybe if you're curious to see Michael Keaton. The rest is nada, nope, don't need it. Cliche, Zack Snyder universe dying again. And Warner Brothers, I hope you had your lesson with the multi-$100 million flush in the toilet you had. So thank you, but no thank you. And I hope this is the end. I hope the future is brighter. I hope Todd Phillips and Matt Reeves can save us once again. And as there, I leave it to you. The Flash is a piece of shit. Don't see it. If you really have money to lose, like if you're rich or curious, but apart from that, nope, thank you. See you again, guys.